Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing with you how to start a raw vegan lifestyle. So, if you are fairly new to the raw vegan lifestyle, meaning incorporating raw foods, I would suggest you start slow. So, what that means is replacing one meal a day, like with a smoothie. So your breakfast would be a smoothie. Smoothies are a very great place to start because they are high in fiber, but the fiber is already broken down for you. And if you are not used to eating high fiber foods in a raw form, it can be very upsetting to your digestive system. So if you are looking to start a raw vegan lifestyle, I would highly recommend you start there. Start replacing a meal a day with smoothies and start slow. Just start doing that every day for about a month. Get your system used to eating high fiber raw foods. Then you can start replacing another meal like your lunch with a mono meal of fruit, which I don't think a mono meal of fruit would be highly terrible to start out with, even if you do it before 4 weeks, because if you're doing something like grapes, that could be very hydrating to your system. However, there are detox symptoms that come along with starting a raw vegan lifestyle, and those can be kind of deterring. If you start having breakouts and upset digestion and headaches and fatigue, that could kind of deter you from becoming a raw vegan. But that just comes with the territory. Everybody has to go through that comes to this lifestyle, especially if you're coming from a standard American diet. I am fully raw now, and even though I've eaten high raw for 4 years and majority raw for this past year of 2025, I'm still going through some detox symptoms from eating cooked foods. And they're not pretty, but I have to remember my why. Why am I doing this? And that's something you're gonna have to set up for you. What's your why? Your why has to be bigger than the cravings. It has to be bigger than the food addictions. It has to be bigger. There has to be a bigger picture as to why you're doing this. My why is because I have a beautiful body that I've been gifted, and I want to take ultimate good care of it. I want this body to take me through my lifespan. I don't want to live in this body, exist in this body in pain, and I don't want to, be hooked up to machines, and I don't want to shorten my lifespan because I choose bad choices. I make bad choices. So I always treat my body as a temple, and whatever I put in it, to me, it has to make sense. How is this going to fuel my body? Is this medicine for my body, or is this poison? So my why keeps me going. It keeps me climbing the ladder. And if you put in place a why that will always keep you going, then you will succeed. But I suggest starting slow. Be easy on yourself. Don't try to follow someone who's done this for years and years and years and just jump into where they're at the point in their journey, because mind you, everybody is on their own separate journey, and it takes time to get to certain points of your journey where you're thriving and you're living your best, fullest life. Right now, I'm not at my peak. There's like I said, detox going on with me, and I welcome those things because I know that I'm cleaning out the garbage. I know that on the other side of this, there is going to be beauty. There's going to be, growth, elevation. There's going to be everything that I desire in my health is on the other side. And it is a journey, and it is not going to be the most easiest thing to do. However, for me, it's easier to take this journey now and to do the hard thing than to be on the other side 10, 15 years from now with cancer, laying in a bed, not being able to play with my grandchildren, my kids having to either bury me early or just take care of me. I don't want that. I don't want other people wiping my behind. I don't want to be, incapacitated to the point where I'm a burden on other people. I prefer to take care of myself now so that is not a burden that I place on my family members later. I know that I am going to transcend this life and I want to enjoy it while I'm here. I want to just lay down, go to sleep after I've completed my mission and go peacefully. And I think that's how we all should leave this planet. But back to how to start a raw food diet. That is how I would recommend. Start slow, start with something easy, digestible. Put your why in place and remember this is a day-to-day journey. You cannot run before you crawl. You have to crawl, then you walk, then you run. So start off slow, start incorporating nice daily habits, and before you know it, you will be on your way. You will be fully raw. It only takes just starting and starting slow. I hope this tip has helped you, and if you are considering becoming fully raw, congratulations, because I do believe it is just the most beautiful lifestyle there ever was. It originated, that was our first lifestyle ever. We've evolved to vegetarian and carnivore and all the diets that are on the planet now. We've evolved from eating plants and vegetables. So I want to go back to that. I want to go back to where we originally began, because I do believe that's when the planet was the most beautiful. And I think everything, I don't know, I can only just imagine that it was, less sickness and less hatred and just a beautiful place to exist. And if I can bring that into my world, even with everything going on around me, then I'm going to do my very best to bring that peace and that joy into my world. All right, you guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope that it helps, it resonates with you. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below if you have any questions about my raw lifestyle, and I'll be sure to answer them. Until the next video, peace.